Don't you just love it when, you record a full video and, the audio just doesn't work the entire video? Yeah, that just happened, but we're going to do it again. Anyways, welcome back, guys, to another video. Today, I just wanted to talk about something that needs to be talked about, and I think, in all honesty, people just need to accept it at this point, and by that means, I'm saying that the show Veggietales, it's dead. There's not going to be any resurgence. There's not going to be any revival. It's just dead. It's flat out dead. It's not coming back. With the way the show's been going, it's just going to keep getting worse and worse. And, that's the sad reality. But ever since they fired Mike and Phil, this show, it's already been kind of a dumpster fire before, but now it's really turned into a dumpster fire. Corporate has completely taken over and has destroyed the show. In fact, I could argue that corporate destroys most shows. Look at other shows like SpongeBob, Family Guy, all those shows being taken over by corporate after their original writers have died or stepped down. They're taking over these shows and they're making these episodes atrocious. And I just think that corporate needs to be stopped. But in all seriousness, this show was dying for a while. It was. I'm only going to be honest. I think the show was dying since 2012, 2011. But it really died 2-3 years ago. It really died once the Veggietales show started. And really once Phil and Mike got fired. I think at that point, everyone just stopped watching the show. And it's ridiculous because with NBC Universal, they're taking down all the videos, of the old episodes that we love. And now the silly songs are getting easily copyrighted. It's like they want us to pay for Yippee. But nobody's going to pay for Yippee because Yippee sucks. At this point, what is the point of even spending your money to watch the Veggietales show? I think it's gotten so bad, so wash, rinse, repeat, so boring. It's just crazy with the same lessons over and over again. That's what these corporate companies do. They make the characters even more one-dimensional than they were before. Typically, characters in kids' shows are one-dimensional. Yeah, of course. But you could argue that characters like Larry and Bob have become even more one-dimensional. The only super one-dimensional character from the beginning of Veggietales that I can really think of was Jimmy Gourd. And even Jimmy Gourd has gotten more one-dimensional. How does that happen? Well, it happens when corporations take over shows that used to be popular then, and they completely destroy it and try to get money by, creating episodes in the cheapest and most generic way ever. And this company is a mess right now. It's just a mess. Big Idea had its problems too. You could argue that Veggietales was at a down point in the early 2000s when Jonah came out, but after that I felt like they had a little bit of a resurgence in 2004, 2005 when some good and decent episodes were coming out. But then the original series ended and it just took a downfall. And this time by a plateau. It dropped down. Veggietales reached a plateau and just dropped significantly. And, after, Big Idea being sold, it seemed okay. But then, NBC Universal bought the company. Phil and Mike got fired. And it all just went downhill then. It's a shame to see what corporate companies are doing to these shows. I think at this point, it's just better to end Veggietales, end the show permanently, rather than keep making episodes, because I think that will hurt the legacy of the show, personally. I think the legacy of the show is pretty good, especially considering all the classic old episodes, but if they keep making episodes, it's just going to ruin the show. It's going to ruin, the legacy, I believe. And, I just think that this is what happens with all these shows. The creator, a company should know when a show is should end. Really, after it reaches a peak is when it should end, because all these shows have been running for like multiple seasons or having multiple television series, and it just keeps getting worse and worse. I mean, look at this show. Look at SpongeBob. Look at The Simpsons. All these three shows, in my opinion, should end now. Particularly this one. I mean, these episodes haven't been getting better. I think it's just been on a steady decline, dropping faster and faster as, more episodes have been getting released. And honestly, the Veggietales show, I don't think it's getting renewed after season 2. And by then, who even knows if another series will be made? And if it does, it'll probably be the worst abomination ever. I mean, what's to like anymore? The nostalgia? Is that it with the new shows? The nostalgia? Yeah, I feel like the nostalgia factor is being ruined because these characters' the voice actors are changing, the writing's changing, their personalities are somewhat changing. It's just a whole mess. And, I'm sure, you'd have to think that Phil is like devastated right now. You'd have to think, wow, look at this. My show is being destroyed. The show that I created along with Mike Naraki and my wife Lisa has been destroyed. It's been destroyed. I mean, that's probably what's going through his mind right now. Like, an honest opinion, I can't. If someone thinks that, the Veggietales show, if someone thinks that these recent episodes are great, I honestly think you're delusional. I mean, yes, everybody has an opinion, but at this point, when can a fan keep denying that the show is going downhill? When can they how much longer can they keep denying that the show is dead? It's just dead. There's going to be no resurgence. It's totally just dead. And it's not coming back. At this point, they should just end the misery and just put this show to rest, because look at all the success you had with this show, especially in the original series and with the hundreds of episodes they come out with, with all 4 series combined. What's the point of making more? They just want money, and I don't even think they're going to be making that much money off of this show anymore. So I really think it's pointless. But yeah, and in the end, corporate companies, it's what they do. They take a show, they destroy it. That's exactly what happened here. And now the show's ruined. It's destroyed. At this point, if you want to watch the show or have the nostalgia, just go watch the original series. Don't watch the Veggietales show. Don't watch In the City. I wouldn't really even watch In the House either if you're like a hardcore Veggietales fan. But it's just at this point in time, it's like you gotta be begging for it to stop. Just like beg. Like the show, it's begging to like be canceled. It's begging. It's literally begging. I mean, it's that bad. But anyways, that's all I really have to say. It's just a shame to see what the series has come to, and hopefully the suffering won't happen much longer. But a lot of fans may disagree with me on here. I mean, I've already brought this opinion up, and an arguable, decent amount of fans have agreed with me and think that the show should just keep going because of the nostalgic factor. But you're saying, oh, you want them to ruin the show more. That's basically what these fans are saying. So I disagree with that personally. But hey, everyone has their own opinion. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm going to try to at least somewhat make a few more videos here and there. Just because I'm not mod in this server anymore doesn't mean that I don't have access to this channel. I do, and expect more podcasts to be coming up shortly. I don't know if I'll be in the next one, but it'll be LP and the rest of the crew. So I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye.